Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne and today I'm going to share with you how I make my old-fashioned buttermilk pancakes. Growing up, my mom always made us buttermilk pancakes from scratch. They were always delicious and I cannot wait to share how to make these delicious pancakes with you. First, what we're going to do is we melted 1 stick of butter, and 1 stick is half a cup, and I'm using unsalted butter. Okay, now I melted first because you definitely want your butter to cool before you add the other ingredients that are going to go with the butter. Now to our mixing bowl, we're going to put some unbleached all-purpose flour, and we're going to be using 2 level cupfuls of all-purpose flour. Now in the description box below, I'm going to have a list of all the ingredients you need to make these delicious, yummy pancakes. What I'm going to share with you is how to put them together to make the best pancakes for your family. Now to our flour, we're going to add 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now we're going to put all of our dry ingredients in one bowl, and that's going to be separate from our wet ingredients. Next, we're going to add some regular table salt, and we're going to be using 1 teaspoon of regular table salt. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returner, welcome back. And I want to thank all my wonderful subscribers for your likes, shares, subscribes, thumbs up, and good vibe comments. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I hope you enjoy the content and I invite you to become one of my wonderful subscribers. So to our dry ingredients, I added 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now once you have all your dry ingredients in your mixing bowl, what you want to do is you want to use a whisk and go on and whisk everything together. Oh, but y'all, I almost forgot one thing. To our dry ingredients, we're going to be adding some cinnamon, some ground cinnamon, and I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now the cinnamon is optional, but this is something that I like to add. I started adding it a long time ago. My family, I just wanted to do something different one day, and so I added some cinnamon to the pancake mix. They really liked it a lot, and so I've been doing that for a long time. Some of you out there may even be adding cinnamon already to your pancakes, but if you haven't tried it like that, it is so good. And now again, that was just 1 teaspoon of cinnamon that I added. So in a separate bowl, we're going to put our wet ingredients together. We're using 2 large eggs, and you want to have your eggs at room temperature so that way they blend better into our total batter that we're going to put together. You want to make sure that you whisk your eggs very, very well. You don't want any streaks at all of the eggs. You want to make sure that it's nice and just whipped really well. Now once you have your eggs nice and whipped, we're going to go on and add in our buttermilk. And before you add buttermilk, make sure that you always shake it up really good, because sometimes buttermilk can tend to settle. And we're going to be using 2 cups of buttermilk. So in our recipe, we're using equal parts flour and equal parts buttermilk. Now, if you don't have any buttermilk on hand, in a pinch, this is what you can do. You're going to need whole milk though. And for every 1 cup of whole milk, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice, or either 1 tablespoon of regular vinegar. Then go on and take it, set it back in the refrigerator for about 15 to 20 minutes or so. And what's going to happen is it's going to start to curdle. And so your milk, you basically soured your milk, and it works great as a substitute for buttermilk in a pinch. Now next, what we're going to do is to our buttermilk and our egg mixture, we went on and we added in that 1 stick, which is half a cup of unsalted melted butter that was cooled. Go on and mix everything around, and then your wet ingredients are going to be a little bit of lumpy because of course you have that nice melted butter we added to that cold buttermilk, so you're going to have little lumps in there, and that's normal. You're going to have that, as you see, and then we're just going to go on and pour that slowly into our dry ingredients, just like we're doing there. Now once you have all of your wet ingredients mixed in with your dry ingredients, you're going to go on and go from top to bottom and through the sides, around the sides and around the edge, to go on and finish mixing in those dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. Now in the description box below, that little tip about how to give yourself some buttermilk or really soured milk in a pinch when you don't have any on hand, we'll have those little ratios in the description box below as well for your reference. Now at this point, adding different ingredients to your pancake batter would be great. As an example, you can add chopped or sliced up banana. It also goes really good with the cinnamon. You can do blueberries, chocolate chips. At this point, you can actually divide the batter if you'd like and add half the batter. You could put extra things in it, and the other half you can just leave regular. It's kind of up to you or whatever your family kind of chooses to do. Now with your pancake batter, you want to make sure that you're doing a nice mix in it. It's going to be on the thicker side because these are old-fashioned pancakes and you will have lumps in your batter. But those lumps will dissolve and cook out when you are cooking your pancakes. Also, you want to make sure that you don't overmix your batter. You just want to make sure that you blend it until the ingredients are combined thoroughly. Then you want to take a nice clean kitchen towel, put it over your batter, let it set for about 15 minutes. This is going to help our batter to really puff up and rise nicely. Our pancakes are going to be nice and fluffy. So in my nice cast iron skillet, I've put about 1.5 teaspoons or so of some butter. Then I'm using my little level scooper, and this is the 1/3 cup. And so you want to put about 1/3 cup, and then I just kind of even it out a little bit just like that. Because remember, our batter is thick. These are old-fashioned pancakes. So our batter is nice and thick. They're not going to be thin. We're going to get a nice fluffy rise out of our pancakes. So again, you just go on and you can put as much or as little as you want, but typically about 1/4 cup or either 1/3 cup scoop measure is usually pretty spot on when it comes to putting your batter in your pan. Now I had my flame on high, and then once I put my pancakes in my pan, I just like to reduce it down to more like a medium heat. Then once you have those little bubbles have started to form, you want to go on and then flip your pancakes. Now the secret to nice soft-sided pancakes as well is that you only want to flip your pancakes once. You don't want to flip your pancakes back and forth, because what'll happen is it'll dry your pancakes out, as well as it'll make the outside, each outside of your pancake really tough. And that's something that I learned from my mom when I was a teenager. I was making pancakes in the kitchen, and my mom came in and I had been flipping my pancakes, and my mom said, "Dyvonne, stop flipping those pancakes so much. They're going to be tough as boards." And so that's when I learned that no, you don't need to flip your pancakes a bunch of times. Just one time will do it. Now when I'm making my batches of pancakes, something that I like to do to keep them warm, I preheat my oven to 350 degrees, and then once it gets to 350, I turn my oven off. I get my high-sided 9x13 pan. As my batches of pancakes are being cooked, I put them in that pan. I loosely cover them with foil and I stick them in the oven. The oven now is nice and warm, and I stick them in the oven. So as I'm making my batches of pancakes and they come off, I just go on and I get the pan and I put the pancakes in there. They're in the oven. I put the loose foil back on, close the oven. And so that residual heat in the oven helps to keep the pancakes nice and warm. So that way, when we sit down for breakfast, not one person has warm pancakes and someone has cold pancakes, and this way we can all enjoy our morning breakfast together on the weekends. Well, I'm gonna finish cooking up our batches of pancakes. I'm gonna serve us up some, and I'm gonna see how we did. So I have served us up some nice pancakes. I have a nice stack right here for us. Do you see those little flecks of cinnamon in there? I put some butter on our pancakes. We got the syrup going, y'all. These pancakes are looking so good. They are just nice and fluffy. It is the weekend, so you know we just gonna start our weekend off right with these homemade pancakes from scratch. That is your bite right there. Go ahead and take your bite. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. I'm gonna see how we did. Wow, y'all, these are so good. There is nothing like homemade pancakes from scratch. Well, I hope you give this recipe a try. Well, if you like this video, show it some love. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click share. Share this video with a friend or a family. And don't be a stranger and click that subscribe button. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.